So bread is one of the hardest things to give up when you go low carb. Which is why you'll see shelves full of so-called low carb loaves. But are they actually healthy, or are they just clever marketing? Today I'll break it down, what's in them, how they affect your blood sugar, when to use them, whether it's better to make your own, and yes, I'll share where you can find quick, easy low carb bread recipes too. Low carb bread doesn't mean carb free. It usually just means that the carbs per slice are reduced compared to standard whole or white or wholemeal bread. And how? By swapping out some of the flour, the protein, for alternative flours like almond or coconut flour, regular slice of white bread, about 15 to 20 grams carbs, and you might go down to 5 to 10 with low carbs bread. But it doesn't mean that it's automatically healthy. And this is where most people get caught out. Low carb breads often advertised only 4-gram net carbs per slice in big bold letters, but when you check the ingredients, you'll see that there's wheat starch, there's soy flour, there's seed oils, and a whole list of additives you can barely pronounce. So always check both total carbs and net carbs. Net carbs are what actually matter on a low carb diet because fiber doesn't raise your blood sugar, but also check the ingredients. If it looks more like a chemistry experiment than food, then maybe think twice. Some breads are made with genuinely good ingredients: almond flour, flaxseed, psyllium husk, sunflower seeds. These provide fibre, healthy fats, and have a lower glycemic impact. But others bulk up with wheat starch, artificial sweeteners, fillers that don't support your health long term. So just remember, just because it's labelled low carb doesn't mean it supports your goals. If you're aiming to reduce inflammation and improve energy, ingredients matter just as much as carb count. And a lot of low carb breads add huge amounts of fibre to bring the net carbs down. And in theory, that's good. Fibre slows digestion, reduces blood sugar spikes, but too much added fibre, especially from cheap sources, can cause bloating and stomach cramps. If you've ever eaten a low carb wrap and felt awful afterwards, that could be why. And here's the big question: do low carb breads spike blood sugar? Depends. For many people, they have a gentler effect than white bread, but responses vary, especially if you're insulin resistant. The only way to know for sure is to test how you feel after eating them, or even use a glucose monitor if you're curious. As a general rule, the simpler the ingredients, the better the response. And this is where my personal view comes in. Homemade low carb breads are almost always better. You control the ingredients, you avoid additives, and you can keep the carbs genuinely low. And they don't have to take hours. My recipes playlist, which is expanding all the time, already has quick and easy low carb bread recipes you can try. Think almond flour mug cakes, seed-based crackers, and most take under about 10 minutes. If you're craving bread, you don't want the hidden carbs or and you don't want the hidden carbs or additives, that's the way to go. So should you eat low carb bread? Here's my take on it. If you're starting out and bread is the one thing stopping you from going low carb, it can be a great transition. So helps you stick with the plan while still enjoying sandwiches or toast. If you're already adapted to low carb and don't miss bread much, don't force it back in. Whole foods will serve you better. And if you do include it, keep it occasional, not a daily staple. Sometimes you don't even need bread at all. Lettuce wraps, portobello mushrooms, simply serving meals in bowls instead of sandwiches can satisfy just as well. I've been using slices of grilled aubergine as a burger bun. The key here is just flexibility. Bread isn't bad in itself, it's just that most low carb breads are still processed foods and your body thrives on real food first. So are low carb breads healthy? Some are better than others, but the safest option is homemade with whole ingredients. Use them if you have to help you stick to your low carb lifestyle, but if you don't want to be relying on them on a daily basis. And if you want fast, simple bread recipes, check out my recipes playlist above. I'm adding new ideas all the time, and as I said, most are under 10 minutes to make. In the next video, I'll be breaking down the absolute worst carbs for belly fats, the ones to cut first if you want to see results. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Comment below, have you tried low carb bread and was it actually worth it? And just a reminder, on this health reset, I am following ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting, and tying in some exercise. Exercise again I done this morning was some yoga, a bit more of an active yoga than I had done the day before, so my limbs are feeling it, but feeling amazing. And I done 10,000 steps today. My menu plan, I had a 21-hour fast. Again, just listening to my body. My body didn't want to come out of it earlier, so I just kind of pushed it for the added cellular repair bonuses I was going to get from that. And I stuck to 2 meals and 2 snacks. So for my first meal, I had 2 eggs scrambled with spinach, mushroom, and feta cheese. And then for my second meal, I had chicken breast with roasted courgette, aubergine, and Parmesan topping. And then for snacks, because I love bread, I love crackers, I had some keto almond flour crackers with some cream cheese spread and cucumber slices on that. And then for the second snack, I had 2 keto bread slices and some peanut butter. So daily calories, I came in at under 1200 calories, and my net carbs were only 21 for the day, which is well within the 20 to 50 gram range. Feeling good, feeling stable, feeling energized, always brilliant. Thanks for watching. See you next time.